for Gamecock country. I just went for a run. I had like 30 minutes to spare, so I went for a run. And then it was like, oh shoot, it's 8 o'clock. But I got Gamecock news for you. Today, we're talking about that Welcome Home documentary on ESPNU. Man, write in the comment section if you just saw it. It was an amazing documentary, man. Also, hit the like button too if you love the content, man. But let's get into this, man. I'm not even going to hold you guys much longer. The Welcome Home documentary was a great documentary. So I got some notes that I want to kind of touch on. If you got something that you would like to say, man, please comment in the comment section below. But it was filmed, this episode 1 was filmed during spring practice, right? It was built in spring practice. And the thing is, if you follow the Gamecocks, you will understand what exactly what they're going through, because you saw some of these clips from the spring. You saw the hide and seek game. You saw different snippets that it was talking about during this run. But the first episode, if you didn't watch it, spoiler alert, but go to ESPN.com / the ESPNU. They probably got it on replay. You'll watch it. So a lot of it in the beginning was the spring game. So you saw Spencer Rattler and you saw Coach Shane Beamer speak, and he touched on that, their togetherness. And this whole documentary, this whole first episode was about being together, right? So, he said that the former players were going to be there. The former players he spoke about that was at the spring game with Debo Samuels, Jadeveon Clowney, J.C. Horn, just to name a few. And the thing that Shane Beamer is building is the culture for the Gamecocks. And that's one thing that is evident throughout this episode, right? The episode, Shane Beamer talking about being together. The players on the sidelines, they're together. They really actually playing the spring game as if it was actual game. And the one thing I love that not Shane Beamer, yeah, Shane Beamer started, but Will Muschamp did as well. They say the alma mater, forever to thee, and they sing the alma mater, and it showed that a lot of those players didn't know the songs. Spencer Rattler was kind of mumbling. What's going on, John? What's going on, brother? You had Spencer Rattler mumbling. But what I could tell is that from now until the season starts, that family environment is being put together. And another profile they got was Marshawn Lloyd. He's from a small town in, I think, Maryland. And then they talked about the fact that he was a very strong baby. But, he did all the sports. They said if he did basketball, he scored like 16 points a game. And the Mather, which is a school, I think it's 2 hours away from where they stayed at. And here's the brother's story, guys. You got to watch it. Marshawn Lloyd, woke up at like 4 o'clock, I think 4 o'clock in the morning, drove 2.5 hours to get to school. And his parents would then get him at, after practice at 8. He would get home, it's 2.5 hours away to 10:30, do his homework, eat, go to sleep, do it again. That's how committed he was in playing the game of football. So for me, I love the fact that they profiled that young man, because as y'all know, in 2020, he suffered a horrendous ACL injury that sidelined him his whole freshman year. And the last 2 years he was coming back. But he said that this is his time. And I believe with Marshawn Lloyd, this is his time, right? I just love. He said this quote. He said he had to be humble, and it's like, dang, how did you have to be humble? Marshawn Lloyd. The fact is that even though he was a freshman in high school, he was highly talked about in the area. And we came to South Carolina. He was a highly sought after recruit. He was a 5-star recruit, and now he got to start his way from the bottom. So I said it. He's gonna have a breakout year. I think this is a year right here. You can see the determination, the hunger in his eye. So hopefully, if he doesn't have injury, then he's gonna have a good year. They also talked about Shane Beamer and social media. one of his social media managers or said that he gets it. They talked about when he did the Soldier Boy viral video. They said they shot that in 10 minutes, and he was on the plane to Atlanta when the thing went viral. And the one thing that I love about Shane Beamer, they talked about how social media is a building block, a stepping stone. It's not something, when you're building a brand, you don't just put something out and go viral and that's it. No, you have to continuously build and build and build and build. And everything that South Carolina puts out, you can tell that they really pay attention to what they put out when they put out social media posts. And they talked about the spring awards, and this is the one thing they left off of. And then I'm not gonna hold you up any longer because this is just a recap. Some people said that they didn't read. They said that they thought this was watching it live. No, this is not clickbait. I said recap. What that means, I am recapping what happened during the welcome home. And I encourage you to watch it. So they gave out spring awards. And they talked about, here's what the coach was talking about before the next episode is being paid. He said, no one talked about them throughout last year. And they know that, man. Thank you, Tyler, man. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate, share and keep liking, brother. I do this for you guys, man. I'm Gamecock myself. But, Shane Beamer talked about. No one talked about him. They got that chip on their shoulder. If you think about Dabo Swinney, I know it's a Gamecock. I'm a Gamecock homer. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Y'all know my loyalty is with the Gamecocks, but nobody was talking about the Gamecocks, right? It just so happens that more channels start popping up about the Gamecocks, right? Locked on Gamecocks. Where you came from? It's a locked on a whole bunch of situations. I know the Gamecock Central. You had the Spurs Up show, and then I was, pretty much talking about the Gamecocks. Now everybody wanted to get on the bandwagon, but it's okay. But now the world is going to see what the people like us that's watching now, been noticing for a while. That South Carolina was not bare, guys. It was not bare, right? Oh, man, thank you. Thank you, Tyler. Man, listen, I appreciate it, bro. I try my best, man. I really do. And more things going to come, man. I promise you guys that. I promise you guys that. Another thing that they pointed out, it says everyone, counted to make the program better. So Shane Beamer did not just talk about him. You very rarely hear Shane Beamer talk about himself when it comes to what he project on his team. It's always other people that help the team get better. And that's one thing that you don't hear a lot in college football. Most of the coaches, they point the blame. If everything goes right, they're humble, they're humble about it, but they really, soak it in. Shane Beamer's like, listen, man, I'm nothing without you guys. I'm nothing without the coaching staff. I'm nothing without the players. And no man is bigger than the team. And I think that you have to say that. Yes, Spencer Rattler is a big name, but he's not bigger than the South Carolina Gamecocks football team. Juju McDowell, not bigger than the Gamecocks football team. Antoine Juice Wells is not bigger than the Gamecock football team. And the team is the ultimate goal. Yes, it is good if Spencer Rattler win the Heisman, but it's not good if we don't win if we don't win the SEC, right? What is it good to have Spencer Rattler killing it, and we cannot have him at the SEC, helping us win our first ever SEC championship? And I think this is going to be a special year. It may not be special because of wins, but it's going to be special because this is a pivotal moment when things are going to turn around and get better. And this is one reason why I love Shane Beamer that hire. Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much, John, for the super chat, man. It is so crazy, bro, when I see those things, because I'll be like, is that real? I appreciate that. Much love, man. Much love. So, I believe, for one, you guys have to go and watch it. So that way, watch it at 7:30 if you can. Because if I do a recap, it's only going to be the recap, guys. It is not going to be about, I can't play it live. I'm not going to get hit with a copyright strike on my channel because you guys don't have ESPNU. But if you don't have it, trust me, it is worth watching because it's 30 minutes now. It's 30 minutes. So it's like, it's not that great. is very, very, very small. It's hard to get a lot of stuff in 30 minutes, but whoo, man, listen, I loved it. I loved it. And I'm glad it's 30 to give me time to kind of get my thoughts together and get some things situated. But man, not only look out, for more updates for the Gamecocks on the, but look out for, a lot of things that is coming down the pipeline. Because guess what? The Gamecocks are coming, man. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. I know if you guys is watching live, thank you so much for tuning in live and watching this recap. And like I said before, next week I will have another one. And stay tuned to the channel, man, for more updates. Man, listen, sometimes it may be a video dropping, maybe 2, maybe 3. It really depends. And as the season gets going, guess what? That's going to be more things about the Gamecocks, especially with football. The dry season is really tough, but we got you covered. But once again, it's the entertainer, the motivator, the educator. Please don't forget all 3. Lucky Murray, back with another Gamecock news update. Today, we're speaking about the docu-series on ESPNU, Welcome Home. We're talking about discussing it. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. But like always, I got to find the end button, guys. Until next time, people.